Hello, 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 hello. I am back today playing some more Pokemon Crystal, continuing our shiny badge quest as we try and find the shiny starter, Cyndaquil. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I don't know. We've been going for a long time now. We've been hunting for 114 and a half hours. So it's been long. it's been long. But hopefully today we can find it. We should be doing another 200 resets today, which will get us to 10,400. But anyway, enough of that. Shall we get into the game and actually start the hunt, or resume the hunt, I guess, technically. Okay, cool. Everything should be set up ready for us to begin. So, with that, I will start. Okay, is the first one going to be shiny? No. Hi Freya. I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? There you go, just relaxing. Nice. Female. Hi, Carl. How are you doing today? Doing okay? Good. I'm doing good, thanks. Female. Double female. I guess you are, yes. That's twice you've reached a five stream streak, to be fair. Yeah. I can't remember which day. Well, I guess 6 days ago, like 6 streams ago, not 6 days ago, but 6 streams ago. I've got on my activity feed, I've got that you got a 5 stream streak 9 days ago. And then obviously today as well. Not sure. I'm just gonna work. if I work backwards, which day would have been that you missed? So today is 5. Friday was 4. Thursday there wasn't a stream. So Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So that's why you didn't see me get 10,000. You weren't here. That was the one you missed. Saturday last week. Female. How's my weekend going? It's going good, I guess. I haven't really done anything. I've just been playing Pokemon Fire Red, to be honest. I've just got to, well, not just got to, but I've got to Fuchsia City, so I've got 5 gym badges. And what I've been doing is I've picked out a team that I'm playing with. So I haven't got the whole of my team yet. But what I have been doing is, while I've been working my way around the region, I've been catching every single Pokemon that I can, that's like available at each point, creating a sort of living dex, essentially. Not doing a Professor Oak challenge per se, but similar. I'm not like bothering to evolve everything before each gym. I'm just catching everything when I get to it. So the Safari Zone has been fun. I've been in the Safari Zone most of the day, to be honest. But now I have everything from the Safari Zone. Well, there is one thing that I haven't got from the Safari Zone, but I'm also not going to bother doing it because it'll take too long. But the only one I don't have is Dragonair. I got a Dratini. So, but I'm not going to bother trying to get the 1% Dragonair. I did fish it up once, but it fled before I could catch it. But I'm not gonna sit there trying to get a 1% Pokemon just for the sake of getting a 1% Pokemon. Like, no thanks. I got a Dratini anyway, so it's not like the end of the world. And I can catch more Dratini if I wanted to make a real living dex, which I probably will. But yeah, not going to worry. I've got everything else though. I got every other, like I got all the 4% and the 5% and stuff from there. It did take a while. There was a lot of failed catches. But the next member of my team that I want to get is Rhyhorn. But what I'm wanting to do with each of the Pokemon for my team is I want beneficial natures. Not necessarily perfect natures, but beneficial natures. So I'm now still in the Safari Zone, trying to get a Rhyhorn that has a decent nature. And that'll be my 5th member of my team. I'm nearly there. Nearly at a full team. Does Synchronize work in Safari Zone? You think it does? I'm not too worried though about like. I've literally only got 2 Pokemon left, so now you're wondering if it might do. I just don't know. It actually might even be easier in the Safari Zone because you don't obviously have to have the Abra like actually go into the battle. But does that then mean it doesn't work because the Abra is not technically going into the battle? I don't know whether... Can you use a fainted Abra for Synchronize? If you can, then I reckon the Safari Zone will be fine. Because it wouldn't be any different. You can? Yeah, then Safari Zone probably does work for Synchronize then. Because it's not like it's the Abra going into the battle that causes the Synchronize to work. So it probably works. But, like I say, I'm not too worried. I've gone this far now. One of my Pokemon is actually an Alakazam in my team, but it doesn't have a nature that I would want my Rhyhorn to have. So I'm not going to use that. That would be silly. And then the last Pokemon for my team is Lapras. I don't know whether Synchronize works for gift Pokemon. I feel like that one wouldn't work. It doesn't work? Yeah, fair enough. Only Illuminate and Stench. Oh. Oh, wait. Synchronized doesn't work for any Pokemon? Is that what you're saying? Or just in the Safari Zone? I don't really use those kind of natures all too often. You know, I didn't even realize Stench was a Gen 3 ability. I thought that was a Gen 4 ability. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought... Well, I knew the, like, outside of battle abilities didn't work, like, what's it? The one that hatches the eggs faster. Flashfire? Is that the one that does the eggs faster? I can't remember. Except the two of them. Fair enough. I didn't even realize the two above worked. And like I said, I thought one of those was a Gen 4 ability. Very much didn't think that one worked. But I guess I was wrong. Yeah. Well, it shouldn't take me too long. I mean, like I said, I'm not going for the perfect nature for the Pokemon. I just want a beneficial one. So I'm kind of going for any of the physical attacking up natures that are like down on. Well, there's three. I'm either going for I can't remember the names of the natures without looking it up. But attack up, speed down, attack up, special defense down, attack up, special attack down, because they're its weakest stats anyway. So like, why does it matter if I lower it even more? Like, it's not gonna hit. It's not gonna tank any special hits anyway. So why does it matter if I lower that a little bit? Obviously, and it's not gonna go first in any battles because it's so slow already. So obviously the best one would probably be attack up, special attack down, because I don't think I'm going to use any special attacks on it. I mean, I could teach it Surf, but I'm probably not going to. So I really don't need special attacks. So that would be the ideal one, whichever nature that is. Then probably speed after that, and then out of those three, the one I would want the least is probably the one that drops my special defense, just because obviously having a defense drop out of either of the two, even if it's already terrible, it's obviously just not going to help. But like I say, any of those three, it's a regular playthrough. It's like it's not the end of the world if I don't have the perfect nature. Like, I'm sure I can still get my way through the game. I don't normally worry too much about natures. I just thought this time, you know what, I'm gonna do a nature. I want to do nature specific Pokemon. Just this one time. Well, not just this one time, but on this occasion. But normally I don't really care. Because it's a regular playthrough. Like, it doesn't really matter what Pokemon you use. You're probably going to be able to get through the game with relative ease. They're not exactly hard games. But I thought it'd just be a little bit of fun just to get some good-natured Pokemon. And technically it ups my chance of getting a random shiny. Because if I'm checking the same Pokemon over and over and over, or if I'm running into loads of Pokemon because I don't necessarily find the Pokemon I'm looking for straight away, then I have a chance to get a random shiny while I'm doing it. Again, that's also the reason why I want to catch all the Pokemon as well, because it's like, I could get a random shiny while I'm trying to catch all the Pokemon. I'm obviously not shiny hunting or anything, and it won't count towards my living dex, which I do have a command for now. It's exclamation point shinies. And I'll show you my living dex. So yeah, anything I get in fire, if I get a shiny in fire red, it does not count towards that living dex though, because that is not a hunted nor streamed shiny. I'm hoping that works. I haven't actually tested it because I'm obviously logged in, so I'm hoping that like works. Nice. Yes, that is my more in-depth shiny living dex. Like that has the more details for each of the shinies I find. Need to update your shiny dex? You're sure you have one? I do like this website. This is a good shiny tracking website. Back when you were a method hunter 7 years ago. Don't worry, I can still see the link. This is some cool shinies. You did the Mew Runaways? That's cool. You got it in 2? What? Okay. Oops. Backstory. Oh wait, can I see how many of those? 28. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I can follow. I forgot about that. You hyped up this hunt for a while on stream. As you would. You'd been watching a streamer called Electric Alex, sorry, hunt this, and he was using a particular method that guarantees Mew to be in the exact same spot every time. Useful. You go, oh, I better practice it before stream, so you don't mess up when live. Oh no, you got it before you started streaming. You did one encounter, worked perfectly, ran away. So I assume you counted that as your first one, even though it was not on stream. You did another, failed it, went to the wrong side of the 2 tiles that enter you into the area where you found me. Yeah, I've never actually done, is it Faraway Island? I can't remember what the island's called now. I've never actually been there. So you thought, better try that again. Oh no. And then you got it again. Well, you ran into it and it was shiny. Tried again, successful, and it was blue. Oh man, that's funny. But really cool. I mean, I have a shiny Mew, but in my home, but it's a glitched Mew from Red, Pokemon Red, on the that's the Virtual Console. It wasn't live. It wasn't recording. You were sat in the living room with your family who didn't give about shiny hunting, so you couldn't even pop off. Ah man, to be fair, you think it was you were too shocked to pop off? Yeah, cliche. Rub the eyes in disbelief moment. To be fair, you haven't been around for any of my shiny reactions yet. I have a very subdued kind of reaction to shinies. I don't like jump up around shouting or anything like that. That's not how I react to shinies. Mainly because in my mind I know that I'm guaranteed a shiny. It just is a matter of time. It will happen. So I'm like, yay, I did it. It's your favorite Pokemon and you will likely never beat how many encounters it did. Oh, no, definitely not. Like, even though this hunt is taking a long time, I still probably won't like scream or anything. I will be like, oh yeah, nice, I did it. Finally, I got it. And I can definitely say finally. I see so many Reddit posts about people saying finally got my Charmander in Fire Red, Olive Green. It's like they did it in like 500 encounters. Like, I don't think you're allowed to say finally at 500 encounters. I will look after stream. Yes, that's one of the things I really dislike about people posting their shinies on Reddit, is the people who say finally when they are massively under odds. It's like, I don't like people who say finally when they haven't got to odds. Finally is for people who go over odds. Like me right now, I can say finally when we get the shiny. If you watch the YouTube video, you will see the shiny Starly. Oh. You shoved your fingers up your nose? Oh dear. You didn't pick your nose? You don't pick your nose, sorry. But for some reason, you did then, and now it's forever immortalized on YouTube. Oh dear. That's funny though. Just happened at the wrong time. You were also unshowered. I've realised I haven't been adding to my shiny dex counter there. Oops. Because I've been clicked into a different tab, so it doesn't go up. Oh, yay, cool. Thanks for stopping by. Let me just deal with this. One moment. Goodbye. Okay, I'm gonna follow you on Shiny Dex if you ever decide to use it again. It's female. That way I will get a notification if you ever put a shiny on there. Oh my god. One of the other people I follow on Shiny Dex, he been soft resetting for a shiny Latias in Pokemon Ruby. He got it after 24,500 resets? Are they not runaway? Reset? I can't remember if the resets are runaway. That's a lot. Oh my god, he's got some very high encounter numbers. Female. Your 3D printer tried to kill itself. That sounds weird. But it's cool that you have a 3D printer. Female. Favorite song. A clogged nozzle. Thankfully a quick fix. But do they suck when they're bad clogs? What kind of stuff do you print with your 3D printer? Hi Z, how are you doing today? Pretty good. Excellent. Female. I feel like I might have just nicknamed this thing AA because I wasn't looking. I did. Nice. I was clicking on something on my computer. Well, luckily it's not shiny. It's still a few weeks away, but am I going to be streaming over Easter? No. Or probably not. I will likely be visiting my parents. Because I will have a 4-day weekend. Because we get the Friday and the Monday off around Easter, either side, for Good Friday and Easter Monday. And then obviously the weekend as well. I don't work. So I'll be heading down to Cornwall, most likely on the Thursday night. So we won't have a stream on the Thursday. And then I'll be away Thursday night, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come back Monday, but probably not in time to stream. Or at least, that's how it normally works. We'll see if that's definitely the plan. I don't know if it's definite yet. Still need to decide what we're doing. But likelihood is that will be what happens. The only thing I'm not like sure about is like where we're all going to be staying. I'll be going down to my parents for Easter, most likely, is what we're talking about. So, down to Cornwall. However, I'm not sure where I'm actually going to be staying. Next 3 months is good month. You got like 3, but next month, sorry, is a good month. Yeah, you got 3 public holidays. We've got over April and May, we have 4 what we call bank holidays. Because you got Good Friday, Easter Monday, May Day, and Spring Bank Holiday and May Day. I can't remember which way around those two are. I can't remember. One of them's the first Monday of May and one's the last Monday of May. I can never remember which way around the naming of them is. It's where people dance around a maypole. I don't really know how to describe May Day. It's just a day off, really. That's how I see it anyway. The clocks go forward. In 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? Yeah, it would be 2 weeks. Yes, you're right. It is, yeah. I was trying to work out dates in my head just then. Because I knew it was the 28th to 29th, that night. You're always working nights when the clocks change. So technically, does that mean you work an hour less that day? Do you still get paid the same amount? I don't know whether you're on like an hourly rate or a day rate. Huh. Nice. I almost said no to that for some reason. Well, it's a female. My days aren't really affected by the changing of clocks. It's more just how light or dark it is when I go to work. Yeah, you work around the clock 24/7, yeah. Only bank holidays the company observes are around Christmas and New Year's. Fair enough. I assume that means you get, so you would still get 28 days annual leave to take, and you can take it whenever, because that's the difference between me and like I just have those 8 bank holidays pre-booked off. I don't get to use those 8 days. They're pre-booked. So technically I only get 20 days of where I get to pick the days. If I was on a 20-day holiday thing. Technically I get more because I've been there for 10 years, so I actually get extra holiday for long service. So, but if I was just starting, I would only have 20 days annual leave where I could pick the dates. I can't even remember how many days of holiday I get, to be honest. Which is kind of bad. I think I get 25 plus the 8 bank holidays. I think. Can't remember. They changed it this year. I can't remember what they changed it to. It's a female. So on Christmas, Boxing Day and New Year's Day, they are what we call GDA, or Guaranteed Days Absence Days. You can either work your rostered shift for time plus 200%, plus £200 bonus per shift, or you can say, nah, taking my GDA, see you next time, I'm rostered. Fair enough. You get 28 days plus public holidays? Yikes. Do you guys ever work? You get 28 days basic, 5 extra days when we hit 5 years with the company, 3 extra days because 3 extra days because you don't get majority of bank holidays off, and an extra day for being first aid trained, but you're not sure why. Wait, you get an extra holiday for being a first aid trained? Surely you're needed to be there if you're first aid trained, not on holiday. That seems backwards. We do have a Christmas shutdown, though, to be fair. However, we do work time to make up for the Christmas break. We shut down for 5.5 days over Christmas, which gives you 2 weeks Christmas holiday if you include the bank holidays. But we do have to work extra time during the year to be able to do that. But it's actually not that bad. Like, it sounds like not a great thing because you're like, oh, you have to do extra work to get Christmas off, but we do an hour extra a day for 2 months, and then you get 2 full weeks off at Christmas. So, and when you're actually doing the extra hour, it's not that bad. It's not that much different from a normal day. It's only an extra hour a day, so it's not actually that bad. And funny enough, if you aren't rostered on Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's Day, then that means you can't choose to take either the time. Oh, so you get lieu annual leave days for each. So if it wasn't New Year's, you'd get 2 lieu annual leave days for the Christmas and Boxing Day. Huh. Fair enough. You got like 11 days off over Christmas, weekends included, and got paid for all the working days, which wasn't taken from that. Fair enough. I mean, I still do a bit of work over Christmas because of my role. I need to keep up with my role, even when we shut down. Otherwise, I would come back to ridiculous amounts of work. So any work I do over Christmas, I do get back as annual leave for the following year. But I tend to only need to work, like, in total over that time, like half a day. So I don't get that much back, but then I'm also having to work over Christmas for it. So, but like I say, I'm not like doing loads of work over Christmas, and that's like half a day but spread over a couple of weeks. Like, I'm not just sitting there for half a day working during my holiday. I'll do like an hour or so for a couple of days, for a few days. But I'm not actually very good at taking holiday, using my annual leave. However, this year I have actually taken quite a lot. Well, I booked quite a lot. I haven't taken it yet. Obviously, I used some for the EUIC, but that's it so far, I think. Pretty much. But I do have a couple of weeks off in May. You have kids. Then have kids, then you don't have choice when you have to balance it with your partner over who's got childcare responsibilities when they're not in school. Yeah. Well, I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. You can't work the non-public holidays over Christmas since they don't want any noise at the place you work. Since it's a retirement village and they don't want to hear lawnmowers and such. Yeah, fair enough. Makes sense. But yeah, when I'm off in May, I'm going to be... well, some of that time off I'm going to be in Spain, but some of it I will be here. So I'm thinking I might do some during the day streams during that time. Either that or I cancel the extra holiday. I haven't decided yet. Because I booked 2 weeks off because we weren't sure when we were going to go to Spain. So I booked more time off than, like, I booked the whole of the time that we were looking at, just so I would definitely have the right time off. And then when we booked the Spain holiday, it was for just part of that time. So technically I could cancel part of the holiday, part of the annual leave, and then book it at a different point. But I don't know yet. I've still got quite a lot of holiday that I can book, so it's not like I need to cancel the annual leave to book it at a different point. I've still got loads left. I just need to look at, like, I do need to look at it though, because I need to look at dates, because I might potentially go to Turkey not long after going to Spain, and I don't know. I can't remember the exact dates that I need to be that I'd be going to Turkey and Spain, because I can only take 2 weeks in a row, like 2 full weeks in a row off. But if Turkey is the following week after Spain, which it might be, I don't think it is, but it could be. I can't remember exactly. It might be a couple of weeks after, which would be fine. But if it is the following week, then I wouldn't be able to have the week before off. I can't. I need to look at the dates, really. I also don't know whether I'm actually going to be going to Turkey or not. Because that's football related. But the problem is I know it's going to be expensive. I don't know whether I book it off in anticipation, or if I just leave it and then take a hit if I even get tickets. I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought you did call it football. Oh, fair enough. I knew you had your own sport as well, but I still thought you called football and not soccer. Fair enough. Yeah. But slightly different. It's like NFL, but not. Right? I do know about Australian football. Well, I know of it. I don't know much about it, but I know that there is a thing called Australian football, which is like NFL, but not quite the same. Gotcha. That sounds more dangerous. And everyone says that NFL is dangerous. Oh, that's a female. There's AFL and NRL. That's National Rugby League, right? Is that not rugby? Yeah, okay. Which is the same as here. We have Rugby League and Rugby Union. I don't know the differences either. But they're probably the same differences that we have. But I do not care for rugby. Despite living basically in the home of rugby, where it was invented by William Webb Ellis. Right? Did I remember that right? Damn it. If I got that wrong, I'm really disappointed in myself. I'm pretty sure that was William Webb Ellis. You used to play soccer when you were younger for like 7 years. Nice. Yeah, I used to play a lot, so. But the high school you went didn't have a team, so you gave it up. Huh. You almost moved to where I am, but you chose Coventry in the end. Huh. Fair enough. They only had an indoor soccer team. I've done both outdoor and indoor. Well, technically the indoor is called futsal. Well, that's what we played anyway. Five-a-side indoor football, also known as futsal. Gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, I played 11-a-side for quite a while while I was in school, and then and then only a little bit after university. After university, it was more when that was when we played futsal. You haven't played properly in like 9 years now. You played a couple of times in that time, but they were just for school sport, so not really proper games. Didn't even have full teams. Fair enough. It got too hard to balance that with the other sport you do. What other sport do you do? Kickboxing. That's cool. Started out doing boxing when you were younger and transitioned to kickboxing later on. Cool. So training for that and soccer just clashed too much. Fair enough. Is FC26 basically FIFA? It is FIFA. They just rebranded. Basically, EA didn't want to pay FIFA the license fees anymore for the branding of FIFA, so they stopped, and then they changed it to be called FC. Okay, see. Hearing is a bit, no, hearing. There is no dog here, unfortunately. I tricked you. No, we don't have any pets here. My parents have a dog. And my brother and his girlfriend, mainly his girlfriend, keep threatening to get a dog. That would then be here, because I live with my brother and his girlfriend. Just beam up. This is my parents' dog. If you need me to show it again, just let me know. It's a border collie crossed with a Springer Spaniel, yes. So, partly. Also known as a sprawly. because it's a spaniel and collie, so sprawly. Welcome back, Z. His name is Ollie. Ollie the Sprawly. We talking dogs? We are, yes. Carl thought he could hear a dog, but it was me just clicking my controller. So I showed a picture of my my parents' dog, because I don't have a dog, but my parents do. The one problem with showing the Ollie on my phone is the time on my phone is so big. It covers up most of the screen. You've got 4? That's a lot of dogs. We did have 2. Because we had an old border collie. And she was getting old. So my parents were like, we don't really want to have a time where we don't have a dog. So we'll get another dog to overlap. So that's when we got Ollie. So we had Millie, who was the border collie, and then we had Ollie, who was the sprawly at the same time. For a little bit. Two of yours are young. They're like almost 3 now. The other 2 are in their teens now, so they're getting on. Oh, that's nice. Ollie is... How old's Ollie now? 2019. We got him in 2019, and he was like a few months old at that point. So 7 and a bit, right? No. Yes, 7 and a bit. Teddy, your miniature Dachshund is 3, closer to 4. Nice. I do kind of miss Ollie being teeny tiny. He used to be this big, and he was so small, and it was so nice. And now he's like this big, and it's still nice, but I liked him when he was small. He was so cuddly. He's not so cuddly anymore. He doesn't like cuddles, which is a shame. Well, he does. He doesn't mind cuddles, to be fair, but not as much as he used to. You got 3 Staffy Cross something and a Jack Russell Cross Fox Terrier. Cool. I still remember the day we got him as well, because I was at work. My mom went to go. Yeah, my mom went to go pick him up from the place that we bought him with my youngest brother, and they came over to my work on the way home, and so I got to go see him at work. I mean, it feels like you've got two young ones not that long ago. Still remember when they were tiny. But yeah, he was asleep. He didn't come up into my work. I had to come down to them in the car. But he was asleep in my brother's arms in the car, which was so nice. Nice. That's cool. Best thing to come home to. When I got home that day, I was cuddling him, and he was just there, chewing away at the zip of my fleece that I was wearing. With his little tiny teeth that would like razor sharp, and if he nipped you, it was quite painful. I might even still have the picture of him when he was doing that. I'll have a look. Just might require me to scroll a long way because that was 7 years ago. The other thing I don't miss is the peeing. You'd come home from work and he would just wee everywhere because he was so excited. Double female. Triple female. No, my pictures don't go back further than 2023. Okay, I have a different way of finding the pictures. It's all good. I will find them. Hopefully. Oh my, please. Fine. Is there anything to find in Diglett Cave? Diglett and Dog Trio. Other than that, no. No worries. We're gonna Diglett scratch because it's got arms. They're little moles. Well, clearly not, because it can learn scratch. What emulator do I use? This one is called SameBoy, I think it is. Yeah, SameBoy. I normally use VBA or Visual. I can't remember what VBA stands for. But VBA doesn't. The clock doesn't work properly on VBA. So every time I reset on that one, it like says you need to reset your clock, and I was like, I'm not doing this. So I found one that the clock works for. That's a female. Hi Squishy, how are you doing today? Please do. You doing good? Excellent. Female. Another female. Oh, I clicked start. Hey, we are down to the last few resets for today. Come on, shiny. Also, I finally found a picture of Ollie the Sprolly on the first day of us having him. Finally got back to photos from 2019. Okay, on to the final, the penultimate reset of today. Number 10,339. Sorry, 99. This is Ollie on day one, or well, our first day of having him, chewing on my fleece. He's so small. Oh, it's a female. Okay, final one. Reset number 10,400. Okay, it's male, which means it's going to be shiny. Also, this was what I came home from work to at one of the days, like not long after we got him. He was just sitting on the bottom step, waiting for me. Okay, is it shiny? No. Cool. Alright. Did you see both pictures, Z? Did you see the one where he was chewing on my fleece? Good. Cool. All right. Those were January 2019, so a long time ago when he was so small. Okay, well, we didn't get the shiny today, which means we've got to try again next week. So, we will be back with this pre-COVID. Yep. Before I lived in this house. I didn't own this house back then. I was still living with my parents in their house. Okay, so, yes, we will be back with this next week. So on Friday at 9 PM UK time, we'll jump back into this and see if we can get the shiny then. Between now and then, though, we will have some streams during the week. So the next stream will be on Monday, and that'll be at 8 PM UK time, where we will be continuing our FC26 Crazy Town Realistic Road to Glory. Season number 10. We're actually only a couple of streams away from the end of that streaming series. So we should finish that this coming week. And then we'll be jumping back into Indiana Jones and the Great Circle to do the DLC for that game. So looking forward to that as well. I think my estimation is that we will be doing FC26 on Monday, Tuesday, and then Indiana Jones on Wednesday. I don't know how long the DLC is, so I don't know whether Indiana Jones will last more than Wednesday or if it'll be Monday, the following Monday as well, because there is no stream on Thursday next week. Or this coming week, I should say. But anyway, that is where we're going to end it for today. So it's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Thank you all for being here, and I shall see you.